Due to the West, a Dishonored RPG campaign we run Saturday evenings late.
That sums it up.
Yeah.
You got it right this time.
That's right. We run it late. Later than probably we should, but that's okay. Because some things are more valuable than tabletop RPGs.
You're
like
not
fruit
right anymore.
snacks. No, fruit snacks.
Okay.
Tangy fruit snacks.
Maybe.
Their first smile, if excuse you.
Oh, that's correct.
Isn't Smile not a snack?
No.
All right.
Gold.
Okay.
Back to the
Yes,
topic.
back to session. We probably have just 2 hours to play. So, last session, you all did a fair bit of traveling. Those of you that are Sean-less, were making your way to Mercy. You were traveling alongside Tollett Sloan, the man of which this entire chunk of Pandysia is named after. He's a veteran explorer. If you could trust anyone to lead you to a place in Pandysia, this is probably the guy. He also led you... You're the guy.
The guy.
He led you to a shrine to something you're not quite sure of. Did you try translating that?
I got a very general impression of what it was, but nothing specific.
I think LG translated that last time when you saw that in the church or in the old abbey in Soul Spring. I just wanted to not say it again because that's something that only you would know. But you can ask me later.
I see. I
Yeah,
thought back
you
and
know what it
listen
is.
to it too. Okay.
It's not
Just
important.
text me sometime.
Okay. Text you? I haven't done that in months. Okay.
Wow. Relationship on the fritz.
I know. Yeah.
Fritz.
Texted me today.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a joke. Okay. So,
Am I a joke to you?
no. But that void shrine that she went to, alongside a ritual that Tull himself knew of, essentially cleansed Heisel of her curse with the spike that has been lost, that is currently with Arameni Talvin. So that was cleared up. You all hiked through the night and were not quite caught off guard. You were kind of prepared for a man named Grady riding a hostler, representative of the town of Mercy. Anton, you got involved with some mild alchemy. No, this is major alchemy. So in your quest to answer what the Daredevil had tasked you with, you started working on Slingshot 5, technically?
Yeah.
Right. 5 now. Right.
5 now, yeah.
Yes.
I did rename it.
Ramshackle rocket car. Pretty much. Or missile? It's kind of hard to tell. It has wheels, but they're kind of a skid.
I ride a missile into battle. Is it a good idea? No!
It's been done before.
The previous occupant died. Before that,
Alright,
there was a different person who also died.
It's got not the best track record. Okay, she did ride all the original ones. So the person that died in 3 was not the one that was before her. So she didn't succeed someone who died in Slingshot 1 or 2.
Pilot has 25% chance of dying. Passenger, unclear. Very high
25% is less than half. We're more likely than
Slingshots
not.
1 and 2 were
wrong.
single seaters.
Mm.
As if that's important.
What about number 4?
Number 4 was a single seater as well.
Passengers have a 100% chance of dying.
That's correct. I will have you know that this passenger died because they didn't have their harness on. So they literally just went,
That sounds like social commentary on seatbelts.
it is. Cars, rocket cars. Exactly the same.
Put your seatbelt on. No.
And then you'll become an outsider.
It's weird to think that, like, how would you forget to do this? But also, this happened quite often in early plays. People just forgot about that. And then when they started dogfighting, they're like, I'm going to need to go upside down. And then... just forgot about it.
I'm going to go upside down.
And that's the hard thing about that. The people that didn't go upside down are the people that come back. So the people that are able to say, like, hey, we need seatbelts, I want to die. Because it's like, falling, like, we should have seatbelts, Okay, I'm sorry. Plain tangent. Gone.
It's kind of like how the number of injuries went way up when they started issuing helmets.
Yeah.
Because the number of deaths went way down.
Exactly. Where did all these head traumas keep coming? We didn't used to have these. We
Look
just
at our death count.
Oh. Oh. Okay. But you were working with the Morlian engineer and Hellboy mechanic Benji to work on this new rocket car. Why? Daredevil told you to do. It's something you can do for the time being. We're actually going to resume with you. As you worked long through the night. Benji is just dead focused on this and a bit enamored with your void powers after you turned some of the ball bearings in his pocket to solid gold. Is there any conversation that you'd like to have for him or with him? Or is this just kind of a 80s building montage?
I'd say 80s building montage. We don't have to get into it, but he's probably going to ask like various questions about the Daredevil.
Yeah.
And her time in life.
Go for it.
I don't have any specifically.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all good. If you have any, though, do let me know.
Okay. I'm going to have to think about it.
Roll a basic study check.
Study, basically?
Yeah. No focuses. Or no styles.
What can I argue for style?
Cleverly.
One success.
Okay. You work a long time and you kind of lose how much time has passed. There's no windows in this thing. It's a veritable bunker, pretty much. With the door closed, that is. And once night comes, Benji does close the door. Spooky things out there in the Bendisian wilderness. But you do work throughout the entirety of the night. Roll a survive check for me, please. Difficulty of 1. Forcefully, boldly, a lot quickly.
If I can survive swiftly, then that's 2 successes.
One of these days I'm going to stop saying quickly. Start saying it swiftly. And stop saying stealthily and start saying quietly. But today is not that day. What'd you get?
2 successes.
Okay, get 1 momentum. You are working fast. You are trying to get this thing done because, after all, you were told that apparently Graves is going to be here in a couple days. So you might as well get this thing done while you've got the time. You managed to stay up the entirety of the night. Benji is going to need to make the same check. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is just normal for him. He's used to just working around the clock. But he stays up for the entirety of the night. But eventually, according to the designs that he created in your sketchbook, you finished the slingshot, as far as you can tell. I already made you roll a tinker check on that earlier.
Yeah.
But with your void powers, it is very easy to, if you ever make a mistake, to just like, oh, let's correct that. There you go. It's essentially like having Control Z with actual engineering. So you can just be like, oh, that was wrong. Oh, wait, and just copy and paste it. There you go. Got it.
So it's like modern engineering.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
all over.
Right, but you're still using the actual physical parts, so you're not like, oh, this isn't going to work in the planning phase. You're literally on the final phase, but you're able to... Essentially, this allows you to measure once and cut twice.
Oh. Incredible.
I measured that incorrectly. Oh, we got to start... No, we don't. Just
Measure
correct.
twice, cut once. Measure once, cut twice.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I just, whoop. Oh.
Well, I suppose that's it. We've got it finished. So did you, want to buy this thing?
I'm assuming that's the end goal of it.
Right, because the Ghost of Pearl told you to.
She's not exactly a ghost.
I know, she's an outsider.
It's a bit different.
Ah.
She hasn't appeared to you at all.
No.
Do you do stuff fast?
Um, Typically, no.
That's why
I'm a bit more, get the job right the first time.
I think there's a different one for that.
For getting things right. That's a little bit disconcerting with you
There's a word.
in building this thing.
Well, there's a word for it, but I'm not. There's a different, there's someone for everyone.
Okay. So, what's the plan? Just leave this thing here or take it out for a spin? I'm not getting in it.
Can you use this thing more than once?
Well, technically, with a lot of repairs. You're going to need to refuel the whole thing, which there's no tank on this thing. It's pretty much you put the fuel in and then put the nozzles right next to it.
Oh,
It's not like let's just refill this solid rocket fuel. And well, you're going to have a crash landing no matter what.
oh,
You know, I don't think I have any on hand, but you could get just a small amount of voidrite, make a very, very tiny little field generator on it, and it could slow your descent. I don't know why she never thought about that.
well, maybe that's more your realm than hers.
I suppose so, and she was more infatuated with this whale oil propellant than voidrite. Maybe she just didn't want cancer.
Well, it turns out if you do it right, you can
Voidrite
have-
gives you cancer.
They know about cancer?
Tumors we've been aware of tumors for quite a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. Technically, it's called shark disease here because it's not just like tumors of flesh, it's like actual tumors of stone in you. A voidrite that crystallizes and eventually turns you into envisioned.
It's like kidney stones, but everywhere.
And like crystalline.
Cool.
Well, maybe kidney stones are crystalline, but
I don't know.
yeah, the void starts growing in you and eventually consumes you.
Well, it turns out that there are some ways that you can have it work at least longer. I'm not sure how long. The void ride. But I don't know if I might be able to get. How much void rat would you need?
Oh, just a speck would do. Well, like a pinch, to use a cooking term.
I don't do a whole lot of cooking, but I might be able to get a little bit of void ride.
Really?
Maybe.
Okay. Do you have an airship in the area, or most of the supply lines out here take days for stuff to get here?
Well, how did they get void rat in the first place?
Well, they mine it typically. There are areas like Void's Fence on the Blackshard River. We think that after the whole Void crisis of '52, there was areas that the Void just kind of moved in on, and so that's where veins of Void right are. Void's Fence is probably the biggest one around here, and by around here I mean just Pandysia. It's hundreds of miles away.
Well, there might be an easy way to get it where you wouldn't have to. Oh, I guess I could. That'd be an extra step. No, this might be easier. It might be easier to do it a different way. That might be a tomorrow thing.
Could be. Well, if you have any, Voidrite is probably one of the most valuable substances on Earth. Probably more so than even the gold that you just generated.
Gosh dang.
So you must be pretty rich to be able to afford that. Unless you can turn things into it.
Well, I've never tried, but I guess I'll try. I'll pick up some piece of something and see if I can turn it into void ray.
What is this something? There are a lot of tools.
Is there a shard of scrap metal?
Sure.
I'll see if I can.
All right. Roll a survive check for me. Hidden difficulty.
Oh. Survive what? Cleverly. No, just one success.
Okay. You try the brush and it doesn't seem to work. As you keep trying, hoping your persistence would win over, you actually start to feel yourself as you're imagining just trying to turn this into a hunk of void right. You can start to feel your body kind of do the same things that it would do to take you to the void or open a tear to the void. Essentially, making void right would, in effect, be connecting that bridge between reality and the void. Or be at least as difficult as that.
Fair enough. I'm gonna stop and be like, yeah, that probably in the morning, but I think there's an easy way.
I think it might be the morning by now.
Is it?
Maybe. Sure. Kind of lost track of time out here. Don't have a watch on me. They probably think I'm dead. Probably should have told someone where I went. Oh well.
Maybe that'd be worth checking if it's morning or not.
Could be. Alright, I'm just going to crack the doors open. Just make sure it's my door. He's gonna hit a button on the side of this garage. And crack the doors open, and immediately there are just massive beams of light just pouring in. It's very much so you've been indoors, kind of in dim lighting for the longest time, and then sunlight just pours in. It's a bit like a vampire seeing sunlight. It's very harsh. It is actually probably about noon right now.
Gosh.
Yeah. Oh, well, we spent a lot of time in there. He's gonna open up the door slowly.
It sounds like it. Do I have full mana right now?
Well, wait, what have you used it for?
I've been using it for the thing,
Yeah.
and then that one attempt at the turning into a wood right.
Not full, but close to.
Okay.
Mhm.
I guess I'm just gonna like real quick because I am a very like spur of the moment person. Try to open a void portal.
All right. What have we set in the past for the difficulty for the check to do so?
I think it was 4.
Okay. All right.
I think.
I think it actually was 3 at this point. I think I reduced the difficulty. So go ahead and roll a survive resilience check, difficulty of 3.
Resilience.
Mhm.
Okay.
Or what was the other one?
The other one's resolve.
Which one do you have? I believe
I have both now, but resolve's higher.
Resolve.
Okay.
As if it'll change anything.
I'm gonna use my void point for the session to make it 3 successes.
Oh.
Okay. So Benji is just kind of basking in the sun a little bit, just wiping his forehead and looking at this scene. And you casually open a portal to the void, tearing a hole in reality. He turns around and just, what the void? What did you do, son?
This is the easier way to get. You know, you don't have to wait for because it
You could
happened.
just tear him. Oh, the outsider. This is not good.
Why not? There's like a bunch of chunks of void rat in there.
I'm not going in there.
You don't have to.
I'm a bit superstitious. Fine, I'll get you a pick, but it's your funeral.
Get it.
It's literally the void.
Get
That's
it.
where you go when you die. Why are you going there early?
Well, probably because I don't want to be dead, I guess. Or I was. Don't worry about it.
Your funeral.
Just give me the pick.
Let's see if we have one of those around here. He's gonna look for a pick. This is a machine shop, not a mining.
Do you have anything that'll just like I can whack some rocks with? Is it strong?
Well, it's a hammer.
That'll
Here,
work.
you can use the screwdriver. It's just
Okay.
all right. Best of luck.
Thanks. I'm gonna walk into the void. I'm gonna look for loose chunks.
Survive check
first.
of 3. Again. Actually, just 2.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do I get to add a focus for this one?
Resolve.
Okay.
Boldly or forcefully.
Hold on.
Or quickly. If you want to, well,
Mhm.
do you want to get in and get out? How
Um,
much time are you looking to spend here?
probably not a whole lot, but I have an ulterior thing that I was gonna potentially try to do.
Okay, then it's going to have to be boldly or forcefully.
Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. That's so close to being a thing. Would I have an indication of like how what's gonna happen if I fail this check, basically?
Yeah, this is the same thing that has happened the last time that you went into the void of your own volition.
Oh,
You saw eternity pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's a bit overwhelming. This is a
What was the difficulty of this?
2.
Oh, it was 2?
I'm sorry, what did I say? This is a sanity check, that's it.
Okay. If the difficulty's a 2, then I got a critical success.
You did?
Yeah, I was thinking it was difficulty of 3.
Alright. You take a deep breath. You're here for a reason. You're good for now.
Okay. So are there loose chunks? Are there
Yeah, so
pieces
where you
that I
are
need to-
is actually, it's almost a comically small Voidrite Island that you're on right now. When you open the door, it's pretty much just enough room to stand around on. It's just floating in the void.
Okay.
But there is Voidrite underneath you.
I guess I'll try to hammer some void, a little chunk of void, right?
All right, tinker check. Cleverly. Work carefully.
3 successes.
Okay, you get 1 momentum. So you get a decent sized chunk of Voidrite. Your studio was in the engine room of the Ivory Respite, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I do actually think you saw the engine room technically when you guys first rescued LG. But you're going in to get this chunk of Voidrite. And you don't need much. You literally said a pinch. And you see what looks to be a subtle crack in part of the Voidrite. You go in with the chisel and an entire chunk is unearthed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about as much as what powered the Ivory Respite.
Okay.
It's think of it like those rock salt lamps.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the size of that.
Okay. So it's bigger than it needs to be, but I can deal with that later. So, the second question. Would I know if opening a second portal, like opening one to another place, would leave both of them open, or if the first has to close?
Your first one is already closed. So
Oh,
if you
right,
step
right,
in, it's gone.
Okay. Hmm. So, but would I know if I can have 2 up at the same time?
There's no way to know that. You could try.
Fair enough. Unsure how to do this. I'm about to do a thing. So I could attempt to open a void portal to anywhere that I have been, right?
Yeah, you could try.
Can I try to open a void portal to the underground city?
Yeah, you can try to. Where in the underground city?
Near the exit.
Okay.
That place that I've drawn multiple times,
Yeah.
which had the exit.
All right.
Maybe?
Are you
No,
trying
I
to?
should probably do somewhere that I know better.
Yeah, that memory is quite tenuous. It's still very
I'll do like in his home. Or like some place that he knows like really well.
Even those memories are. There are just a couple details that you remember.
Hmm.
Name of your. Remind me, it was your aunt and uncle that took care of you there. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I open a void portal based on a memory of a person? Like portal to a person rather than a place?
Yeah, you could try. Where are you going to?
That's a good idea.
I'll try to go to my aunt, I guess.
Okay. Survive, forcefully, resolve, difficulty of 4.
Oh boy. That's unfortunate. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, I'll use a void point to make this one into a critical success, which would be 4.
Okay.
I'm not even planning to go through this, but we'll see.
So you open the portal and you just see solid rock. It's like you just open a portal to a wall. It just looks like dirt. Sediment, rock.
Is there a loose chunk of that I can grab?
Uh,
Hammer up a piece of that for, I don't know. I don't know what I would do with it, but
are you going to try this?
try to,
Get a chunk?
yes.
Okay. Roll a survive. I know I'm doing a ton of survive checks. I apologize.
My survive score is 4.
Survive quickly. Resilience.
Resilience this time? 2 successes.
Okay. Which hand are you sticking into the portal?
Oh gosh.
That's a dangerous question.
Okay. So probably hammer in the right hand. So left hand in the portal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that the one that was marked by the broker?
No, the right hand was marked by the broker.
Okay. So your left hand is your
Uh-huh.
outsider hand.
Uh-huh. But I would have had the right hand with the hammer.
So wait, which one's going into the portal?
The left one,
Which has your outsider's marker.
yeah. I made mistakes, I think.
You
It's a
are.
solid wall, though, right?
It
How
is.
far do I get my hand in?
So this is in effect.
Going on?
It is a portal to an area of solid mass.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like there's an open area for you to be.
Right.
So think of this kind of like as you reach in your hand to kind of interact with this. Think of it kind of like teleporting to a place that is solid. I'm speaking kind of D&D language. If you teleport to a solid place, what happens?
You get shunted back out and
Yes.
take a bunch of damage.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if shunted is probably the right term here.
Like last night, it was sloughed.
Right. When you reach your hand in, it's almost like, even though you're going in with a tool, first off, you just see. No, you'd feel it first. The pain you'd feel is almost like just just pressing your hand down on a millstone. Or like on a grindstone. Sorry, my bad. That changes things.
Oh boy.
As strips of your hand's flesh are just ripped off. With a 2, you only take 2 points of stress damage. as much of your, let's say from this point in the wrist up to right here, is ripped straight off of your hand. It doesn't wear down as you quickly pull it back in pain. Be glad it wasn't the back.
Okay, I'm gonna like let that one close or whatever and try to go back to the shop immediately.
Okay. Where's the Void Ride Stone?
I picked that up. I might have put that back down. Probably had put that back down.
Okay. Well, you can pick it up.
Probably
It's
at
still
my beat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll pick that back up and immediately try to go back to the shop. Make that decision smartly.
All right. Survive check. Difficulty of 3.
That's bad decisions.
No, alright.
No.
Wait for me to get stuck in the void with a hand injury. Okay, so what? Okay, so I had this is a survive check with resolve as a focus.
Mm-hmm.
3 successes.
Okay. You open the portal to what looks like Benji just resting up against the slingshot, just looking down like this, just utterly surprised at what happens. He looks up as the portal opens and you step through. With the Void Right Stone in one hand and nothing else in your other because it would be immensely painful.
I did something I shouldn't have done. I need help.
What? You see him quickly just put on some gloves, some thick red gauntlets. Were you wearing Axfin's gauntlets
Yeah, I was wearing his
No.
on both hands?
just on one.
On your
Left
left
one.
hand.
Yeah.
Okay, that is torn. Yeah.
Dang it.
Any positive effects you gain from that are gone.
Did I have positive effects from that?
I thought you did.
I didn't remember having them.
I don't think so.
I thought it was just vibes.
It was just you.
Well, you don't anymore. Sorry about that. Probably should have told you about that. But you don't have anything anymore.
My vibes disappeared and I never even knew they were
So
there.
you didn't have anything on your right hand, correct?
No,
Okay. All right.
chose the wrong hand to stick through here. This is my non-dominant hand though, so that's good.
So Benji takes those 2 gauntlets and just grabs the Void Ray. Oh, I'm so sorry. You should have known this. You're not supposed to handle Void Ray barehanded.
Well, I don't know if that's really like this is not
Shut
about
it down.
this is not from that. This I need different help with this. This is from something else.
I know, but there might be something worse for handling Void Ray barehanded.
Why did you let me go in there and pick it up barehanded? And
I'm sorry.
This is
I'm
the
just
bigger
coming
thing.
to terms with the fact that you can just rip a hole to.
well, hold on.
The
This
eternal
hurts a
void.
lot right now, so I would prefer to get this.
Yeah,
fixed.
let's do that first.
Poor man.
He's
There.
like, I don't know who this man is. He can turn stuff to gold. He's an idiot. He can rip holes in the void.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't have any medicine focus, but he does have a very high tinker, which is what this check is, and this is carefully. So he does have 2 successes. So he essentially, there's been a couple of rags used for rubbing off greasy hands, and he seems to
Oh,
find
no.
one that is generally clean.
Oh.
And give a makeshift bandage on this, and it does go over the entirety of your hand, so you can no longer grip things with your left hand for the time being.
I figured.
I don't really know much about like disinfecting the wound, but the surgeon back at Fort Peter can help you with that.
That's fine. We're not gonna. I'm not gonna. I wasn't gonna do anything with this thing anyway. Not today.
Well, I have Void right now. I I'm sorry. I've never built one of these generators before. I was just kind of in the hypothetical stage, and then you just said you can go get some, but now I kind of feel like I have to go through with it.
Well, you can try, and then if it doesn't work, that's fine.
All right. It shouldn't be too hard. I might need some sort of whale oil battery or something to power it. Well, I'll get to designing that for now. maybe you should go to like a creek or something and watch this thing off.
Where is one of those?
I think there's one just over the hill there. He points to a hill over there.
Okay.
All right, we will take a break on you for now, and we will go back to the rest of the group, heading towards Mercy. So it is probably like 2 a.m. in the morning. That's a bit redundant.
2 a.m. at night is a fun time.
Yeah.
2 a.m. in the morning, terrible time.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Call the pin.
That does refrain things. It's like 2 a.m. at night. 2 a.m. in the morning. It's like, oh. 2 a.m. in the morning means you should be sleeping. 2 a.m. at night
Ever gone
means
to the
party.
airport? Ever gone to the airport at 2 a.m. because you had to carpool with someone, and then your flight was actually at 6 a.m., so you have to wait in the airport for 3 hours?
Oh,
That's not incredible.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe
Okay.
I should stay until 2 in the night.
No,
Love to, but
curfew.
I'm in trouble.
Why would you?
Because curfew?
What if you don't leave?
One
One of these nights we might.
Definitely.
Sleepover.
I'm definitely
To
down.
the west, a sleepover RPG campaign.
That would
We
be
can do the session until 2 at night.
That one would be even more stupid.
Yeah.
I might actually, maybe for a finale.
What, till noon
That.
the
That
next
would-
day?
Not like, no.
that late, maybe not, but like
A big long session maybe, but not a big
Big-
long session
big-
in the wee hours of the morning.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. But like games early
Yeah.
in the morning.
Sure.
it would be good.
Like Bart's Dispense Profanity.
That is a great game to play at 2 in the morning.
Exactly. Okay. Anyways, your group. So Toll was just talking a bit to Grady. Let's see where we picked off. Grady probably said, "Okay, I guess I'll take you guys to Mercy. Do you want me to just lead the way?" Oh wait, no, I was gonna take some of you that's most wounded.
If you wouldn't mind taking him. And she'd point at Gray.
Okay, what's up with? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blightman. Okay. Told you know the way. I'll send and get some more help. Okay, I'll see you all around. Okay. Who's gonna secure Gray on the back of this hostler, which is again just like a think of it like a
Lee was carrying him, so Lee's gonna do it.
rhino puma, pretty much.
I will attach Gray
Big.
to the Rhino Puma.
Okay. Hostler.
It might
Okay,
be
make a
non-
tinker carefully check.
All right.
You want to kind of fasten him securely to this so that it's
Yeah.
probably going to be a bumpy and quick ride.
All right. Tinker.
There is like the
carefully.
back of the saddle that Grady is on right now.
All right. Tinker carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Any focuses?
I'm just going to say general focus of 3.
All right.
You're pretty experienced with tying people up and probably riding, so
Okay. 2 successes.
2
Like
successes.
skills.
All right. You secure him securely to the hostler. And Grady, okay, see you all later. And he books it as this thing just silently just bounds away. Well, that just happened.
Randy,
Let's
yours.
keep going. Night watch. Zero sign. Means we must be close. Keep it up. We're almost there. Now, probably won't say anything else that happens on the rest of this trek. It's not long before you start to see some of the jungle kind of that you all are in right now kind of fade, get much more rocky. Eventually, Toll seems to find a path, which is a lot clearer than the kind of dense jungle that you were in earlier. Path is only winding down at this point as elevation just decreases and decreases. By this point, your eyes have adapted pretty well to the night, and you can see a town at kind of this halfway point down this slope. It's not on a flat area, but you can see just a couple lights. you would see, actually, yeah, you'd see them before you even hear them. A couple other hostlers ride up to you all, and one of the riders would just shout, "All right, are you guys here for, you're the ones that are poisoned, right? Just keep heading this way, I'll lead you here." And would slowly lead you to the center of the town. It is surrounded by makeshift wooden barricades. Just need to be a little bit secure about things around here. But eventually getting into the town, you'd find it pretty Spartan in construction, mostly just wooden buildings. Wild West town. Sorry, I wish I could describe things better than that, but Wild West town sums it up
Yeah.
pretty effectively.
Is there a tumbleweed?
No. It's still the jungle.
That's cool.
Is there a jungle weed?
Yes, there are many jungle weeds, but it's not rolling.
It's a big lump of vines.
There are tumbleweeds in SpongeBob, except they're coral.
Mm.
You know tumbleweeds anyway.
There you go. So going into the town, it seems like the town has woken up a little bit in response to you all coming. This night watchman who has welcomed you all and led the way leads you to much better medical quarters than where Anton received his surgery. It's actually, you'd see what looks to be kind of a stone building, with a mixture of timber and stone. But this building looks like it's been here for a little bit longer than the others. And they let you in, and it is one big, it almost seems a bit like an abbey, if any of you have been in before. In fact, that's what this is an old abbey. But going in, it has no pews, it has no pulpit. It does have tables, a couple of bookshelves. But before actually entering into the building, a woman would, I almost said enter out again, exit. She would open the door.
That's an earlier today joke.
I said I'm going to enter out when everyone arrives. It's not what I
Could not decipher what he meant.
Neither can I, frankly.
Enter the outside world.
Yeah. There we go.
Enter the unknown.
Not yet.
Enter a soul.
We've come
But
full
you
circle.
see a woman in a flat cap. Just open the door. Looks to be wearing pretty hastily put on clothes. Was definitely asleep, but she seems alert now. Looks to be in about her late 40s. She looks intense as she looks at all of you. Okay, I'm gonna need everyone who's poisoned to just come on in right here. Find a place on the ground, preferably on the carpet.
Take Mikhail. Ellison.
Okay, what kind of injuries do we got? Doc Woodward, nice to meet you. Okay, so who do we got? Raise your hand if you're dead. Okay, that's good.
Okay, when Kenrick comes, can you send him to me? I want to talk to him.
You can talk to him with me.
Okay, I'm gonna go like that.
Okay, so who is poisoned right now? Poisoned. Greg Handler.
Mikhail, right?
Mikhail
Was Heidel?
was not. Mikhail?
It's not.
Was injured in the accident.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
injured by the crash. Not the people doing CPR when he had a pulse.
Wasn't that Ellison?
What?
Wasn't that Ellison?
Yeah,
Was
that's all
Ellison.
it
And
said.
then
No, it was you liars. It was you two.
and then it was him. I just was
He
there.
helped. He helped.
You guys.
Well, you asked
failed.
Ellison and you just trusted her as an authority. It's like, yeah, you know how to tinker with things.
Oh no, guys.
Yeah, you were like, she was like, I guess you could do that. And you're like, okay. Boom, 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 boom. And you rolled like a 3 on it. So you did it really intensely. Broke his ribs.
Broke his ribs.
Broke his ribs.
Broke him.
He helped. He just failed.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. You helped as well.
I helped by
You
God.
are both.
He helped, but he failed in his health check.
You're in a
Oh, yeah,
conference.
that's right.
I was not mentally well when that was happening, so I don't.
Have you ever been?
Huh?
Have you ever been?
Maybe it was like
This whole session I've not been mentally well. Actually.
maybe the CPR was like you're like, okay, wait, you're supposed to sing a song when you're doing CPR, and you do another one bites the dust instead of staying alive, and you're just like, it's the right BPM, but not a good message. Sorry, I had to make that joke. They are the same BPM, believe it or not.
Yeah,
Both work.
It is very good.
Yep. Okay. So, Ellison is going to do some triage. Grady is actually here as well. Already tending to Gray.
Well, Ellison's not terribly well herself, is she?
Yeah,
She's not.
had
She has a shard, but she is walking, which, in accordance to triage, that means you're last.
Sure, but she shouldn't be helping.
Well,
That is
maybe
true.
someone more.
No, she's not helping. She's on the ground.
Okay, good.
No, she's letting the townspeople here help out.
Alright. Sab will help if he's.
Oh yeah, Jacob Reed's also.
Grady, can you go into my office and just get the antidote? You can't miss it. It's glowing. Yes, ma'am. You got it. Grady leaves. Do any of you have medical experience?
I do.
Insight check.
Two people who are also poisoned.
LG. Medical experience.
3 successes.
Miss him.
So tell me exactly how much medical experience you have.
I mean, battlefield experience.
No, like what's your score?
Oh, experience score, surgery 2.
Okay.
Surgery 2, but like everything that goes along with that, not very good. It's like he's got 4 with Tinker, 4 with
I mean,
Clearly.
he's good with Tinker, and he's got a 6 in Tinker, and a 5 in Carefully and a 7 in
And then 2 in
Swiftly.
surgery.
All right, that's good enough.
Betsy.
Okay. Are there any injuries on these folks that are poisoned? You are paralyzed right now.
Well, she unparalleled. Well, she like gave me the. Vigor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Don't
Survive check. Survive check.
Okay.
I wish
This would be earlier, as a matter of fact. I apologize. I forgot about that.
1 success. Wait.
Paralyzed.
Okay.
1.
Paralyzed.
Use your stick again, please.
I can use my stick again, please.
This would have taken place earlier, just when you all saw the town, while you were being escorted by the additional.
Guys,
Look,
look.
we're also saying that Allison shouldn't help because she's injured, and they're like, let me get you just well enough to help other people. When
Okay,
there's a doctor right there.
So, retroactively, you were being guided by 2 officers that could very easily just take you all as well.
Okay.
So, you're essentially in the same place, except you can speak, but she's just going to go ahead and just tend to people's wounds. She's going to start with Gray.
I mean, he was bred in earlier, right?
He was, which is why.
That's why he's first.
Waypoint.
Uh-oh.
Someone's dying.
All right. Actually, by the time you guys arrive, Gray is fine. He's unconscious still. Resting. No, resting. Okay. She is actually going
The
to
eternal sleep.
not deal with
Eternal
you
sleep.
two. She's going to deal with Ellison first because she has the antidote, and that's a pretty easy thing to administer. But now she just wants to make sure that...
Ellison's not gonna bleed out.
What
Correct.
about Mikhail, who's like unconscious and.
Oh, wait, yeah, Mikhail is next. That's correct.
Like Mikhail never died.
Also, he is just the most important ever.
We ever get an immortality potion, straight to Mikhail.
Yeah.
If there's any left over, Bill.
Yeah.
Cheeky, we have Bill with us.
Mikhail,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
You do.
Mikhail is stable. Woo! I'll take it. Not perfect, but it's good. Next would be Ellison. She does this procedure pretty much entirely on her own. She gives Ellison something to bite down on, removes the chunk, cleans the wound, bandages it. She seems to be good to go. Sad. You're younger. Sorry. Triage. You have a whole life to live for. You're good. So she would take a syringe and inject it in your...
Can I close my eyes?
Yeah.
I'm closing my eyes.
Or you're paralyzed.
Alright.
You can't hit
All
anybody.
right, I got you.
You can't scream.
Yeah.
No one can beat scream.
All right, and 2 successes on Barrett. So you are both stable. You still feel like your body is in immense pain, but you're good for now. You really, really, really want to sleep, and frankly, that's the truth. That's the truth for all of you. Well, I apologize for this kind of welcome, but I'm Doc Woodward. I'm the mayor and doctor here in Mercy.
Thank you.
The best sort of welcome I could ask for. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
All
what's
right.
your name again?
Doc Woodward. Just call me Doc.
Heisel, we need to call Kenrick.
I need to go Kenrick. You get some sleep.
Okay, let me know when he gets here.
We can take you just on over to Amaranth's place. She's bartender and innkeeper here. Y'all can stay for free. It's desperate times out there.
Kinda, yeah. Thanks.
All right. Well, it's all we need to decide what to do with this guy. You all go take care of yourselves. We'll deal with this here.
Seb like goes over to Taurus. In case there's anything on his face, pulls it down and does a quick little sketch of his face. He's gonna try and do it well so that if Anton comes back, he can just copy it. Because he knows that would be the most annoying thing for Tal or for Taurus.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
he deserved it. So can I try and do that?
Sure.
Cool.
Tinker.
Mm-hmm.
Cleverly.
Here we go. Complication.
No.
Then.
You draw.
He just can't get the notes right.
You draw Toll very well.
Oh. Dang it.
You're just trying to okay, this is his brother, but it's you draw someone that is not Taurus, but then you realize, I guess you're just Toll instead. Whoops.
I'm gonna need a really good drawing of Toll, and just like and then we're just gonna add that in here.
Sam, apparently this ghost member of yours discovered Pandysia and was an explorer and everything.
If you wouldn't mind, I'd rather stay here until the rest of them wake up.
This label of portraits is such a fun concept.
I'm down for that too. Make sure.
The rest of y'all should go
Well,
ahead.
maybe I'm just saying that they should stay in beds and not on the floor.
Fair enough.
I'll get some folks to round you all up and carry the sleeping ones. All right. I'm not gonna have a check for this. You all are all escorted to an inn in town, which is a one-floor place with very small rooms, but rooms nonetheless, and no one else is staying in them at this time.
Damn sakes.
It's more like a tavern. It is a saloon that has doors that lead to
Kind of
rooms.
makes you with a kind of cockroach in the bathroom.
No, it's a nice tavern.
Yeah.
It has no
Okay.
name actually. You just go up. There's no. That's the one unwild west thing in this town. There are no signs anywhere. There's nothing that says underkeeper or undertaker. So, what the heck's an underkeeper?
Underkeeper.
Yeah. That sounds like a
Kinda
wrestler.
curious.
You know what's funny? There is a wrestler called The Undertaker.
Go figure. The underkeeper. Behold the underminer.
He's the guy who. The Underkeeper is a guy who hopes that people will think he's The Undertaker.
It's the Walmart version.
Exactly. He's like,
No.
I get a little more money than I should because people think I'm a cheap showing of The Undertaker, but I'm just not.
I'm just a guy.
I'm just some
I'm
guy.
a cool guy.
All right, but you all are escorted to your own room. Is there anything you'd like to do at this hour
Call Max Kenrick.
in the middle of the night?
Yeah, Sab's gonna grab his book of
Say
music
yes.
boxes and go to Heisel's room because she knows void stuff. Would this be
No.
equivocal?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
Barrett's gonna keep an eye on things
Gonna
until
go
he slowly dozes off.
It's gonna go to.
So you're all just chilling in Heisel's room?
I guess so.
Yep.
Heisel isn't in Heisel's room. Heisel's with Mikhail.
We're all chilling in Mikhail's room.
We should go to Mikhail's room then.
Each room is about the size of this room. It's pretty much bed. What's that?
Bert's gonna drag a chair into the room, lean it up against the wall, and he's gonna sit there so he can face the door.
Okay, you are currently occupying the only space in this room that is not bed.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It is absolutely just. You open the door and there's a bed.
He'll post himself outside of the room so he can keep watch.
Okay, all right.
He'll have his gun.
Outside of Mikhail's room.
Yeah.
Sal will just do the laying on his stomach on the floor, writing in the book and trying to figure that out.
Hazel, where are you? In the bed? That is the only space left.
No, he's outside.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying, they're both.
All right, so you're actually in
So
the.
I'm just sitting up against the wall.
That works. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, this is maybe not a point to say, like, no, the room's small. But, yes.
And I'll wait until a reasonable hour before I call Maxim.
Okay.
Hazel's staying up until she's been awake for 26 hours.
All three of you survive checks.
Time.
Resilience.
Sab. Is this for sleeping?
Yeah.
Sab will do something if he does not get this.
We're trying to sleep.
Forcefully?
No, this is to see if you stay awake. You're all trying to stay awake right now.
No. He's pretending. He's sleeping out there. So
All right.
That way.
Yeah, you're asleep.
Sab is.
4 for you, 3 for you. Asleep.
Okay. Okay, anyway.
You took poison.
Yes. I know. He's gonna do something if he doesn't. Alright, survive and forcefully? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. No successes. He will start stabbing himself.
You're gonna die.
Not like he's gonna try and keep himself awake by doing that.
By poking himself or like
Yep.
stabbing himself.
Like poking himself, and if he bleeds, he's gonna go for spots that will not. He's probably gonna damage. He's gonna hurt himself, but he's gonna do it to not
What'd you roll?
permanently. No successes.
None? You don't even get the chance to do that.
Okay.
I apologize. You are just absolutely, utterly, completely exhausted. You literally suffered. You were paralyzed earlier.
Sab
today.
is. I'll just put where Sab is. Sab is the. I will not fall asleep no matter what right now because I am going to freak out if I do.
Okay.
That's where he is. I don't know if that's going to help, or if that
I
means
can make
he
a devil's bargain with you. For the difficulty of 4, I could give 8 personal chaos for you for that. This is
You're
a
gonna
chaotic
die.
decision.
Does this apply to all of us?
No,
or
he
is
said
this
personal. He
Okay.
said personal.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
personal
die.
chaos.
Um,
You are essentially telling your body that is absolutely right in this matter, that you need sleep, that you're like, nah, I don't. In fact, I'm going to harm myself more.
Intentionally, son.
This is absolutely
That won't
chaotic.
make me go insane.
yeah.
Every fiber in your being right now is telling you sleep. Including the ones that would do the stabbing.
Yeah.
I apologize. This is just absolutely an incredibly difficult thing to do. And I'm not even saying it's a 5. And you did roll nothing.
Yeah. Oh, could I use a void point?
To re-roll?
Yeah.
All right. Sure can.
All right. Got this one. It all. Okay, that's 2 successes.
Okay. Still a failure.
Yes, it's 2 now.
Okay.
Only 4 chaos.
What would that be?
Do you want 4 chaos to stay awake and do this?
Do I want 4 chaos? No. Does Sav have to not fall asleep in his mind? Yeah.
All right.
This is his character.
So
Up for this man.
I know.
wow, I haven't had a category for this soft chaos.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. You take 2 points of stress damage. I don't really want to get into detail on this, but this is kind of a bit important to know. Where are you cutting yourself?
Ugh. I'm thinking it would be somewhere that's like, this is a weird thing to say, safe. Like he's not hurting himself. Well, he's not trying to like.
Is it in an area that would be visible?
I mean, I think it's probably on his. I'm thinking torso. I don't know, but he's not worrying about if people see it or not. Like there's probably some
Okay.
stains even, and he's not. He's just gonna not fall asleep.
Okay.
And then he's just writing in his journal.
Give me just a moment.
To everyone listening, do not do this. This is bad. If you want to do this, go get help. People love you.
As you are
We love
falling
you.
asleep, and you catch yourself and desperately try to, you know what? Because you took the chaos, you do start doing this, and you're kind of focused on the task at hand, and you don't see when someone puts a hand just very slowly. So you probably. You are dead tired. Now, I'm not even going to let you do a perception check on this one. You miss this.
He's not looking.
Mikhail. Ooh. I'm also saying snuck by you, Heisel. I know you're there.
Good job, Michaela.
Puts a hand on your knife. Give it to me. What are you doing?
I can't fall asleep tonight
Why not?
because I can't. Because I can't dream tonight. All right, I'm done with that. Can't. Gives it to him. I'm not doing that.
He takes it. I will cut to the chase. Because it would be repugnant to do so. What are your nightmares?
Sab kind of looks away. Doesn't seem like he wants to talk about it, and then kind of looks back at Miguel. It's looks around. There's no one here, right? Like no guards.
Barrett is asleep, Heisel is asleep.
Oh,
They're both
okay.
pretty close though.
It's of all the stuff I did in Morley. And then things that happened, and things I didn't do that were like in Morley.
Sab, you've been occupying this out of your own choice. You have been placed with a group that cares about you, and you've been discounting that by dwelling more and more and more on this. And I know you can't control nightmares, but I've heard what you've gone through. I know all of it, and
Wait, how do you know all of it?
Gossip travels fast on board there.
we were on the same ship.
I exclusively told Lee. How much do you think you know?
We didn't say anything.
What do you think you know?
You were with a mercenary group that fought against Morley.
No.
You were not in the mercenary group that fought against Morley.
I was in a group that fought against Marlin. True. That is not what happened in Morley. You can't. No offense. But even just saying that undermines everything we did. I did not care who got hurt. I tried to make myself want to hurt people. Everyone. Every Morlean. Because I hate them. And that's what I get each night. Ever since I got back, I just have nightmares about everything that happened there. And there's just blood and fire. No, it's not them. Once the people are saying, it's them. I can't do that.
What's keeping you from moving on? Or dwelling on the things that you've done for good?
Because they why I went to Morley to fight was because they came, burned my home, butchered my family, left me like this. And so I went to their place. And I was like, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna stop the evil and the carnage and end it. When I was there, I was expecting we were gonna fight soldiers. Instead, we fought civilians and people who were fighting. No one cared. So I decided that I wouldn't care about them. They were monsters. They were unfeeling. They just killed and burned and ripped. Didn't care. And now I know that's me. Because Heisel came back to save us. There was no reason to. And I ran it through my brain every single way. Every advantage she could have used, every strategy, everything, every lie that it could be that she's using. But there's nothing here that she would truly sacrifice if she didn't have some inkling of morality or care. And if she cares, and if she's one of them, that means they're just people. And that means I became everything I hated. And if I go to sleep tonight, face that. I have to face, and I can't say that it was justified or worth it, because it wasn't, and it never's going to be. And he just starts crying.
Mikhail doesn't quite do anything. He was standing up this entire time, and he just stands a bit distant. I know these things take time to accept.
Then Sab kind of looks at him, and then just like it's like low, and then it goes up like a wolf howl almost. It's not at all angry, but it's like just grief and pain, and he's like, and just
Everybody else
yeah,
breaks out.
everyone else.
Barrett jumps up with his gun, points it around, then he hears it come from inside the room and bursts through the door.
No, he's
He's
outside.
outside.
Oh, he's outside. Oh,
So
yeah,
Heisel will
that's
peek
right.
out the door.
he's gonna point the gun
His
at
dad
him.
just like curls up and just yells again. But like lower.
Barrett is going to very carefully approach him. Sap! Are you there?
Sap just looks up at him and just he's losing all of it, all hydration in this. He's just totally crying and messed up, and just looks at you and just
Barrett's going to slowly lower his rifle that was pointed at Sap's head. And he's going to kind of get down on one of his knees and put his hand on his shoulder.
Typer, be real.
Her Typer be real.
No.
I'm gonna do it. I don't remember this. But anyway, just
What is it? What is it?
it's me. Everything. I should be dead. And I don't mean that I should have died in the void. I mean, I should be killed in horrible ways. That's what's right.
Sep, the world isn't right. It's not fair. Thinking about it that way is not helpful.
Sap.
What is
But
is that you're here.
Sap, listen to me. We've both done things that we regret. We've both done things.
no.
We should die
What
for.
What did you do? What did you do? You fought a war. No, I tried to massacre entire.
Shut up. Do you know why I'm here, Sebastian? Why am I with Heisel? Why am I traveling with you all?
Guys have a weird brother sister thing going.
No. Well, I am here because there was a threat to her life. And part of that is coming from you.
And I shouldn't
No,
be
Sam,
here.
I said stop talking. Let me speak. You are trying to isolate yourself. You are trying to say that what you have done is unforgivable, that you have done things that are beyond what anyone else could do. Now, I can sympathize with that. I've been good. I have known people that have suffered. Parts of my own family were imprisoned by the government. So I fight them with words. That's what I do. So I can sympathize with this. But I do know people that have moved on. And I've been following this. And I've been following how you, ever since you broke into my neighbor's house. Dr. Tu is a good woman. And she assisted you in all that you did. And yet, I'm sure she has the same regrets. But she doesn't let it affect her work today. She still cares for people. We met the man with the horrible alias. He's a charter marshal now. Again, I'm sure he's dealt with the same things. Maybe he's not killed the exact same people that you have. But he has moved on. You are... No. All of you are severely wounded and need sleep. let's just sleep. And when we have nightmares, they're just nightmares. Move forward when the sun rises. If you're not going to live a life worth living. I'm going to bed. You should too. Stop this tomorrow. Sam, listen. I've done the same thing. I've killed women and children before. Alright. Remember our conversation.
As they're whispering, Hazel would just stand up and hug Mikhail.
No.
You can't undo what you've done.
Glad you're okay.
Did things that
I
horrible,
hope you're okay too, Hazel.
but you didn't hate them like I did.
Which means what I
Knew exactly what I've done to everyone. Because it happened to me and I did all of that. I wanted to, and I still be forgiven for what I've done. One person can't wipe that away. A world can't wipe this away. I can't forgive what I've done. I can't forgive what saved them.
listen. Maybe we can't be forgiven. But you can.
I was afraid of dying because then I would be sent and be burning in the void. Because that's what happens. I saw them.
We deserve it. But
Of course, some did walk away. Some rest and burn.
listen, man, we both deserve to be dead. But that doesn't do the world any good. We owe it to the world. At least in some form of penance.
My world died 10 years ago.
No, it didn't, Sam. It changed.
I made this world.
You did. And now you have a chance to make it better.
I can't.
Sam, we all can. Alright? Just one day at a time. Let's focus. Let's go to sleep. We'll focus on tomorrow together. We'll do tomorrow together and make the world a slightly better place one day at a time. We'll do it together. Alright? Alright?
But I'm scared.
I am too. Why do you think I follow you around like a hawk? Watching everything that you, Heisel, even Anton a little bit do? Because I'm scared. I'm scared of losing people again. I'm scared of being a failure and the cost of their deaths. But we can't let our fear make us fail our tasks that we have at hand. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll take care of it. We'll get there one day at a time. You can lean on me as much as you need to. You'll get through it one day at a time. Alright. Let's go. Let's take you to your room and let's get some sleep.
I don't want to be alone.
I'll be right there with you.
Okay.
He's going to help Sap get up. He's going to guide him to his room. He's going to drag his chair in with him. And he's going to go tuck Sab in bed. And then he's going to sit there with his chair.
Is Sab's dad? I've been calling for like 3 episodes.
And then he's going to sit there and try to stay awake until Sab falls asleep.
So kind of just puts his stuff away and just kind of. He's just like this. He kind of just is awake for a while. You can kind of tell he's not like trying to be awake. He just is. Just kind of. Eventually, you're like probably looking at something else and you look back and he's asleep.
And then he gives one last look, check on Sab. He's going to peek out the door, make sure nothing else is going on, and then he's going to go sit down in the chair and go to sleep.
Alright. You fall asleep. And I imagine most of you would sleep in. as much as you could.
I need to call Kenrick in the morning.
I got you. For that. Anton, you head out of the garage in the direction of this creek. Make a quick perception check, and I will allow you to use your speedily? What's it called?
Swiftly.
Swiftly. Who the heck? What is this? 1852.
Yes.
Swiftly.
One and a complication.
Okay. No complications on perception. There is a man on the end of the ramp. Like very end. Just at the top tip of it. Tip top, sorry.
Like the ramp for this thing? How far away is that?
It's probably like a 300-foot long ramp.
I'll just
I
like
don't know.
run on over.
All right. Move carefully. Check. It gets higher and higher, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it a ramp the whole way?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's 2 successes. Unless I get to
Yeah.
use a focus.
Free running.
Okay, 3 successes.
Okay. One momentum. Actually, 2. You start going up on the ramp, and it doesn't seem that this figure has noticed you at all. Because they're very high up and at an angle, they're technically, the sun is kind of close to them, so you pretty much just see kind of a silhouette.
Just had an intrusive thought.
Oh boy. As you get closer and closer, they don't pay attention to you whatsoever. But eventually you can see clothes, wide-brimmed hat that looks tattered, mostly leather equipment. An absolute hodgepodge of things just attached to this person. So a variety of like belts and things with just things on them. You see a couple of cylindrical tubes on the back. Think of it like map canisters, just slung over. And probably more importantly, you can see that he has something set up, propped against the ramp. An easel with a canvas. And he has a palette, and he is painting.
I'm gonna get like close, and I'm just picturing that it's like really quiet.
Imagine
You're like strangely quiet during this, and he's like leaning in.
Yeah. Well, you lean in and you can see he's definitely painting a landscape of this view that he has right here. You can't tell it is certainly he.
Are you Nikolai Graves? This is like right next to his ear.
Yes. And I am very busy.
Don't suppose you remember? I don't know if you could. You remember? I don't know what that looked. Someone named Anton, maybe?
He looks over at you, pauses from his work. Anton Sokolov.
Anton Blackburn, Josh Blackburn.
No.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
I think I
have
knew
met
you.
a lot of people.
I think I knew you. You remember someone who overdosed at a resort on Void Fiend?
Toniski.
Okay. Maybe.
Did you know him?
I am him, sort of. I'm two different dead people. um, Dr. Horace Atlee did something, and I'm not dead.
Okay. And he gets back to painting.
Do you believe me?
Yes.
Is there something you're gonna do about it?
I haven't had a resurrected apprentice before. Do you have your easel?
I don't have
Continue
much.
where we left off.
Where did we leave off? I don't actually know if I remember.
I think we were working on insert art term. I'm not good with that.
Well, I've got paints and sketchbook. I don't have an easel right now, but been doing some traveling.
You are Niski.
Kind of traveled through the void to get here. I maybe don't remember as much as I should, and if you would be able to refresh me on some of the stuff that happened before, or who I was, that might help sort things out.
3 questions, and one of them must be art related. You are still my apprentice. I still make the rules.
Fair enough. What was I like? Now I'm kind of a jumbled mess of 2 different people. So,
Jumbled mess is good description. Not of 2 people, though. You were one, as far as I knew. You were rash and ignorant. I might even say stupid.
I'm not seeing the other person in here yet. That all seems to.
You were way too obsessed with portraits.
Yeah. So far, this all. Yeah.
You didn't have this ridiculous accent either. You sounded like a true Tibian then.
I don't know where that came from. I'm assuming I didn't look like this. Because I
No.
was told this is someone else's body.
No, I take it that they put your brain in another body, right?
That's what he said.
Uh,
And the body
favors.
is maybe from some kind of underground city. But I'm not sure if it's still there or if it ever was there or if it collapsed or something.
Really? Where?
Morley?
Next question.
Did you teach me everything I know about painting?
You had raw talent initially, but I did refine most of it.
Explains. I met someone who said my style looked a lot like yours.
All right, last question must be art related. Really art related. Last one does not count.
When you draw a landscape or paint a landscape, do you ever feel like you kind of understand some of the character of the place you're painting more as you paint it?
Yes. This is a land here that is at its climax. This is a land that is doomed. And I am capturing it in its death throes.
Doomed to what?
Destruction. Shattered.
Why?
It's where all things will go eventually.
You're talking like far in the future, not like now. Because when you said that, it sounded like you knew that someone was about to just destroy the entire continent, like within the next 10 years, and you're trying to get all before that happens. But if you're talking like far in the future, like end of the world stuff, that's not as present.
I agree. I see this landscape and I see. I see life. I see vitality. It reminds me of seeing young people going to war. Their bright uniforms, shining medals and buttons. Or they see the reality and they are killed. Their bright uniforms don't.
So the land is innocent.
Yes. But it is and will be a victim.
Anyone in particular, or just the way things are?
Anyone that is a victim?
No, anyone who's causing it.
The High Council, the princes in exile, the Republic of Morley, the organizers, the regenters, the pavilion.
It's a good spread. I feel like I should also just let you know that I do have some abilities that I assume I didn't have then. So now that I've seen your face, I can kind of get any information that you have without permission.
That is a weird thing to tell.
It just feels like more respectful if I let you know so that you have an opportunity to tell me not to do it. So that if I ever do it, and you told me not to, I don't tell you and I can pretend I didn't.
Last time I told you not to do something, you did it and died. So I don't think
I still do void fiend.
I'm Toniski.
Although I did kind of get, well, there was this thing that was turning everyone into like void zombies, sort of. It's a special kind of void fiend. Anyway, I'm immune to that now, sort of. Not really. A little bit. So it worked out.
And Toniski also talked too much. But you have good words.
So
We are done with questions. For now.
Right.
I suppose you may get information without my permission somehow. But
it's probably nicer to just ask.
it is.
At least while I can.
There is an exhibition in Bryampton soon. He checks his watch, which he does actually have a watch on. It is in 3 days. New museum opening. Some of my work is in there. It would be nice to accompany it with someone who is a bit more lively than museum crowd. You have gone into the void, yes?
Yeah. I was actually just in there.
We should go to Bryampton. Then we can go to Morley and look for your underground city. I am intrigued by this idea.
there's some other people who kind of complicate things a little bit.
Mm.
Well, do you know about the outsider situation?
Yes.
So you know there's like 8.
Mhm.
Well, one of them is kind of like an ex-cult leader. Do we know about the liver thing?
It's been heavily hinted at, obviously.
Ex-cult leader, probably ex-lover of someone who deals with me.
Why? You are entangled with the drama of your void fiend dealer.
Anyway, she. Hot takes from Nikolai Grave.
What has she ever done for you? Drugs?
Well, anyway, she's trying to kind of pull him out of the void, and the alternative. I don't know what the alternative is, but she's probably going to keep going until she does that. And so she would have to be in the void to do that, since I can go to the void. Well, she might end up doing increasingly problematic things until she gets it done, unless someone helps her get it done. And also, she might be able to help me with some other things. Not void being.
Anton, do you want to be the new lover of this woman?
No. I'm trying to get her lover out of the void so that they can be lovers again. How does that work out for me? I mean, if I were trying to, then I'd try to make sure that he ended up dying, then he wasn't an outsider, but he wasn't alive
I
either.
thought you were doing purposely bad job. You are in.
Oh no, I was going to do a good job.
Why are you not with her then? You are on the other side of the continent.
Right. Well, that's because I was looking for you, and this guy named Talvin knew that I was looking for you. You know Talvin? Lord Ermany Talvin?
Yes. Why do you want him?
I don't want Talvin. He's kind of like me in some ways, but in a sort of ways that I have to be better than him, probably. But, anyway, so the ship was crashing that we were all on, and he came to the ship and got 2 of us off, and the rest of them were still on a crashing ship. And I don't know if any of them are still alive, because I'm not sure what happened to any of them, and I didn't see. But
Yes. You want to help these people.
yes, and hopefully they're not dead. But I don't know. Also, there's a guy who seems to be like kind of trying to. He works for the Crimson Pennant, and he's like trying to kill someone. But also, that guy's trying to kill him probably. But I'm not sure that he should, because that would be a bad decision for him personally, because that's not really how you should deal with your problems. But I don't know that there's really going to be any way for them to like work it out, because there's a lot of bad blood between them. Those are the people that you should work it out with, because they have bad blood, but they both try to change.
Why did Talvin send you here?
Because he wanted me to look for you. I'm not doing it for him. He offered me.
He starts packing up everything. He rolls up the canvas and slides it into one of these cylinders. We need to go. Do you have a way of going fast?
Yes, and you're kind of sitting on part of it.
I wondered what this was.
It's for a rocket thing. It's called a slingshot.
What is a rocket?
I think it kind of like shoots fire and then you go real fast.
Mm-hmm. Could get us out of here.
Well, it's done. Oh, I also have the ability to change things into gold. I just found that out.
We will discuss this later. We need to go now. And he starts walking down the ramp. Are you following?
Yeah.
Going down. Fun fact: tearing a hole in reality does not make any sound. Does it? It's silent. So you don't hear.
Oh no. Oh no.
Stop. Right. Go. And Graves just picks it up, just keeps running down this ramp right here. And if you turn around, you would see Talbot just at the top of this thing where you guys were. And he's just kind of standing there. Are you saying anything? Or
Is Nikolai Graves running?
no? Yeah, he's just going.
I'm going. Let's see how fast Talbot is.
You hear just a small grunt.
He's like standing on the runway, bro.
You keep going down this ramp, and eventually you would see a portal in front of you open, and Talbot step out of it. Graves stops. Looks down and jumps. It is not a lethal height, but it is a high height. Quick question: what time do you guys need to get out of here?
I mean, I'm staying, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. Do we have an ETA for tonight?
As long as you.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. We'll keep
I'm
going.
good for as unhealthy as we can. I have curfew, but that's it.
Pretty much
I mean,
saying
curfew's technically 1 o'clock.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go all night.
Anton,
What?
can I speak with you?
We were gonna try out a thing. Can it wait until after?
No, this is important.
How important is it?
This is the future.
So's the thing we're about to try. You can watch if you want.
Get him to stop, or it will cost you very dearly.
Cost me what?
I'm not going to say.
Give me something that it will cost me.
Roll a survive check for me, please. It's a contest.
Survive how?
Mm-hmm.
Survive how?
Forcefully, resilience.
Is this something that reflexes would help with?
Nope.
Oh. Because I do have greater reflexes. So this is not a direct attack.
This is. No, it is not.
Hmm.
Considering Corvo Otano had greater reflexes and it didn't help him.
Uh-oh.
Oh
You know what I'm doing?
Yeah. Do now. I'm gonna use a void point. Good use. 2 successes.
You got 4.
I had 1 before.
You just feel. This is actually kind of comical. Your left hand just get yanked forward, and the bandages just fall off as what appears to be like the ink floating just off your hand just goes straight into his own. And in a couple seconds, it stops. That's what.
So you're saying that the thing that I'm gonna lose is already gone?
You wanted.
I'll get it back. Not good enough. What do you want from me?
Talk with him. He's running.
He doesn't want to talk to you.
Can you get him to stop?
I can let him run. He doesn't want to talk to you.
Stop him, or I will leave right now.
That sounds like a good thing.
Your powers.
You took the mark.
You don't deserve this. This is why those puppets need to be destroyed.
Who's the puppets?
The outsiders.
They
They
were
give power to
people.
people that don't deserve it.
They were people.
Yes,
So were you.
indeed.
Both got power.
Right?
No different.
I took it.
You were given it by someone. Someone set up void artifacts to get you where you are. Isn't that right? Isn't it the same for them? What makes you better than them?
I grasped it with my own hands. Congratulations. You've made my threat a bit much worse. Come with me. And he is going to try and tackle you. You do not have greater reflexes right now.
Right.
This is just a melee
I don't.
attack, actually.
May I argue that my end of the context is jumping off after Nikolai Graves?
What's that?
Jumping off after Nikolai Graves rather than, like, fighting back?
You can try and do it on your turn if he misses.
Okay.
He's technically doing more than one thing. But
Oh,
depends on if it
okay.
hits. So melee contest. Fight boldly or forcefully.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 2 successes.
2? Okay. He is. This is like trying to play football with a math teacher. He just kind of lunges for you, and I will allow you to just go ahead and jump off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just jump off. It's probably like 12 feet maybe to the ground, which is a lot, but like you could maybe roll it off. Speaking of which, acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Oh boy. 2 successes.
I need
Okay.
jump off.
All right, yeah, you roll. Yeah.
Run.
Where are you running?
After Nikolai Graves, I guess.
Oh, yeah. You actually.
Is
Where are we going?
if you want to use the slingshot, it's in there. That point.
I thought this was a rocket, not a slingshot.
Well, it is a rocket, but it's called a slingshot.
At about this point, Benji comes out of the garage. What is going on here? Why are there people here?
It turns out we are going to test that right now.
It's time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, we're going. I don't have the void ray thing looked up, so be ready for our crest. Sorry, that was wrong. All right, roll a tinker. Swiftly check. Woo! Actually, aid him. He's better at tinkering. Yeah, that's why he tinkers.
Oh shoot! Roll on that swiftly.
Graves is gonna help too.
Yes, I got a success. Barely.
Oh.
All right. So he
My
starts
swiftly would
rolling
be
this
lower
thing
now.
on the skids towards the tracks, and very quickly goes ahead and actually sets everything up. I suppose you should just get in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Makeshift helmet. And he gives you a helmet. I'm sorry, friend, I don't have one for you. Fine. Graves gets in and straps in. Helmet is just walking down the ramp menacingly towards you guys.
It's the
Strapping
JoJo walk.
ourselves into the slingshot menacingly at him. We will blow you down, sir.
Don't forget. Sorry. Scottish or Irish and Russian. Strangely close.
You got it.
All right, don't forget. And he clicks the little bells on you guys. Actually, this killed a man. Now it won't.
Good to know.
Hopefully. You see him on the outside of the slingshot, working on the nozzles, the thrusters, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, good luck. Don't go like this daredevil woman. And,
I'm hoping she'll help. I don't know if she will.
well, it's nice meeting you.
Same.
All right. So there's not really, there's some controls on this thing, but nothing for a while. It's taking off. Roll a d20 for me.
It's an 11.
Okay. All right. You don't know what a G-force is. There's a lot of them right now.
Ooh.
So you rapidly accelerate as this thing just starts moving, and it does feel like it's actually on the grooves of the track as it keeps moving. And Talbot is still on the ramp, and you actually see him die as this thing
Play
just goes.
chicken, Calvin!
This made my life.
Anton is coming
Now-
to his own in this one moment.
Walking slowly down menacingly.
Oh.
Get a void point. Actually, you know what? What's your maximum?
My maximum void points is 7.
You get 7 void points. This is literally like the thing that your outsider is a 7 void points.
The outsider won't do this thing, and I did it.
Yeah. There you go. All right. You keep going forward and forward on these rough tracks. And then as you're going upwards at this angle, eventually there's just this break as you go off the edge. The skids disconnect. This carriage goes, just presumably hits some trees probably. And you keep going up at about this angle. I'm not good at geometry. There is a surprisingly large amount of fuel in this thing, and it just keeps going. Graves just says, "Do you have any void feed?"
Not on me.
This is actually probably going to the speed, to a speed that would actually kind of push back your face a little bit. There are seats actually in the slingshot, so you are up against. You're not just like, oh, not gonna die of whiplash here. That was somewhat well designed. This is probably going to be my favorite check in the entire game. Go ahead and roll a d6.
D6.
Yes, I have one if you want to use it.
I've got some dice right here. But
Also, roll a study check. You can apply the swiftly focus because this is a study check about seeing how fast you're going.
2 successes on that, and I rolled a 4 on the d6.
A 4.
I am yelling a prayer to the daredevil, just being like, "Hey, you better not let me die."
Also, I did just take away his powers, so 7 void points is probably the least I can do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a problem.
I also don't know if I have any mana right now because I did just use
You have no
all of
mana.
it.
Yep.
So if things go wrong, I cannot void portal us out of this situation.
No. All right. Wait, what did you roll in the study check?
The study check was 2 successes.
2?
Yeah.
All right. This is faster than you've ever been before. That's not hard to tell.
How am I going? Very.
Whale oil is more efficient than any fuel that we have in our own universe. It is incredibly potent. And just the energy output that it can produce, it's massive. That's part of what enables the advanced technology of the Dishonored universe.
The rest of my skin is ripped.
You wouldn't know this, but you break this thing called the sound barrier. This is a lot of force on just your face. Go ahead and roll a survive check.
Uh-oh. I'm bad at that.
You're gonna lose your face.
I
You're
am
not
going
gonna
to
have
lose
a
my
face
face.
anymore. You have to go back to that. Like, oh
I'm
wait.
surprised he had a mark left over for him to take.
Uh-oh. What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If it had been the back of my hand,
You're just getting in a lot of trouble today.
survive what? Swiftly?
Resilience.
Ooh, I get to
Quickly,
have
yeah. You're traveling at the speed of sound, sure. Any check now is a swiftly check. I would like to study void. Ah!
I gotta think fast.
Anytime he needs to do a check in the future, he's just gonna go use his rocket to do it
So
well.
you do it swiftly.
It is only. Is there a difficulty associated with that? No.
Yeah. 4, but partial successes.
I'm gonna use one of those void points. Roll that. Okay, so that's 2 successes.
Okay. All right. You take 3 points of stress. No, it is 2. 2 points of stress damage.
Do I still have the 2 from earlier?
No.
Yeah. His stress track is 4.
You go unconscious.
Gosh.
You're traveling at immense speeds, and your body can't handle this. Even though you were indeed blessed by the daredevil.
You're a twig.
The daredevils look at that twig. He goes so fat. Oh shoot. Oh, I did that and I died.
Maybe I should have told her to do push-ups first.
I didn't give him goggles, did I?
You feel just immense pain in your head as you go unconscious and just lose a grip on reality.
Tenuous grip on reality is gone.
We all know this would happen someday.
So, please tell me you rolled a 4 on that d6. Is that really what you rolled?
I rolled a 4 on the d6. Is this thing gonna blow up? This is the end of my character, guys.
All built up to this. You thought you
I went out in
point
the
for something.
best way possible.
Okay, so
No, Talbot. Die.
Such a great
That is Anton's character. For real. Can I talk to him? No. Die.
okay.
I die in spite.
All right. The rest of you, we're gonna go back to Anton in a bit. So the rest of you all,
Controls.
you,
Nicholas like.
Okay,
I-
everyone, we're done.
you had a.
Okay, everyone.
Oh yes, please.
My messenger died. No one told me.
To Anton.
Anton.
If he had to die, there's no other way.
I just want to talk to Nikolai. No.
I just love that, like, Lord Tower's just, like, walking down the... And, oh, no!
You really had to expect this kind of thing. You didn't actually think you'd get that conversation in, right?
Haha, I stole your powers. You can't go fast anymore.
Faster than ever before.
Now you're slow. That thing's not. Oh, I can't handle
You can't get
that.
in the void, though.
What?
It's a big problem if you can't get in the void, though.
I can't get in the void. You go to the void when you die.
You're already there.
I'm going to the void the old-fashioned way.
Well,
I did yell at her. Not to let me die, though.
I wonder if the office is just like, you went this fast, but,
That is the way Anton would go out.
Oh, yeah.
perfectly
anyway,
emblematic.
with us. Yeah, with us.
Axel had a conversation I had with Max Kendrick.
Yes. As soon as it's like a not ungodly hour of the morning, I'd like to find a room and start up the Hastings device.
All right. So you call maximum frequency, which I just realized I'm not good with radios. Technically, you probably need a pretty big tower to reach all the way to Brampton from here, but you know what? The inventor of the radio made you this thing. It's a super good radio.
This is Sybil's masterwork.
Mm-hmm.
If it can't call someone, I don't know what could.
It's not even made for being a radio.
She's a very multifaceted woman.
Yeah, yeah. We like it. All right. Yes, this is Maxim. Oh, no.
There's like hold music on his line.
Maxim, it's Hazel.
No, he actually wouldn't say it. It would be Vern that would pick up. Hello, you've reached Kenrick residence. How may I
Baron,
help
it's
you?
Hazel Cohen.
Ah, yes, the Lady Hawker. How may I help you?
I was planning on rendezvousing with Kenrick in Broyhampton in the next day or so, but we've been a bit waylaid. Actually, our airship's been shut down. I was wondering if
Down.
there isn't any way.
Somebody just take that down.
Mm,
And you hear
He's right
a voice
there.
in the distance. You can actually visibly hear the steps as Kenrick loses in. Lady Hawker, is that you? Have you been shut down?
Maxim, I was hoping you weren't gonna hear it. Yeah. Listen, it's fine. We're fine. Everyone's all right.
Who did it?
Long story.
Okay,
In-person story.
understandable.
I'm in a town called Mercy right now. You know where it is?
No.
Do I know where it is?
Geography check, difficulty of 4.
4?
Mhm.
Didn't I ask Todd about this?
Huh? Oh, wait, okay, yeah. Yeah, you know where it is. Yeah, sorry. You just know.
I described the general location then. Would you be able to get something out here to pick me up?
Immediately.
Sorry, I wouldn't put you out of the way, but it's just things are escalating. There's a bit of a time crunch now.
You're telling me. Don't worry, we'll get you here as fast as possible.
Great, I appreciate it.
Do you need arms? An armored vessel?
I think the threat's passed.
Well, I will have to see you face to face. Don't get shot down this time. My airships are expensive.
I'll do my darndest.
Stay safe, Lady Agra.
See you soon, Maxim.
And disconnect.
I'm gonna go find Mikhail and check on him.
Mikhail is actually up and at the bar, actually. You're in a tavern. Yeah, and you'd see it just a
What are you doing out of bed?
stout woman as the bartender. Just cleaning glasses, stereotypical bartender. It's morning?
And you're like recovering. You should be letting this weight on your hand and foot. Really.
Just wanted the glass of water.
And one of us could have got it for you. How are you feeling?
I'm good. You were in crash. They were in crash. They were
I
paralyzed.
wasn't in the crash.
Ellison got a thing in her shoulder.
Do you know how she's doing?
She's doing well. I'm very proud of her. She kind of saved all of our lives. Most airship crashes end in fiery explosions. This was... I know it was bad, but... Well, look, it felt bad, but it was actually really good.
I'm just afraid he's filmed everyone actually made it out.
She is a very good pilot.
I think she might be better off with a less problematic crew, don't you think?
Probably, but she's got what she's wanted. She's always wanted to explore more, and it's been good for her to do this.
If you think so. Listen, I've got Maxim Cater coming to pick me up in an airship in a bit.
It's good to see. I know he wasn't a cult member, but our contacts come in.
He was saying something about something going on in Brighton. It's pretty important for her to get up there pretty quickly.
Hmm.
Oh,
Speaking
actually,
of
I'll
getting
just-
up there
we
pretty
go.
quickly.
I see. Where is it? What is this? Ah,
That's just them both talking.
okay. There you go.
But I guess I just wanted to say goodbye for now.
Bye. I'm not going to Bryanton. I'm staying in. Okay, I was about to insult this town, but they also just saved our lives. I'm going to Bryanton.
Well, sure, but after Brighton in pretty quick succession, I'm going back to Marley.
You are. Oh,
So I just don't
For-
know how
bringing Leo back.
for trying.
Hazel Cohen, did you think you could do that without me? Were you going to try to get me to just stay in Pendicio while you were getting Leo back?
You've got life here, Mikhail.
I do. But just because you move to a new place doesn't mean you leave that life behind. Leo was a good friend of mine. Well,
And I'll bring him as soon as he's feeling well again.
you need backup.
Backup's the problem right now.
You need good backup. And I can be that. If I wasn't so wounded, I would have been able to tend your all's wounds much quicker.
No, you should have had wounds. All I'm saying is I think right now going a bit quicker and going a bit less attached might be the way to go.
Attached to who? This crew? It would probably be quicker.
Be quicker. Be
I'm going
safer
with-
for the rest of you.
You have to go back there, right? To the ritual site.
Right, yeah.
You can't do that alone. I understand that bringing everyone with you.
I know exactly where it is, Mikhail. I could do it on my own easily.
I know that, but
And I don't want you in the void. Nor do I really want you in the way of Talvin and whatever he's planning.
oh well, that's a shame because this just so happened to coincide with the. I was planning a trip there anyway to pay my respects.
Did Sab teach you to lie?
Literature taught me to.
Bad teacher.
I suppose so.
You should learn from me instead.
I am going. And you should get Brigham to come as well.
And if I said I didn't want you to, I genuinely didn't.
I know that Leo is. And I know what he means to you. By all means, you should be the one to bring him out. But I'm still in the cult of the forgotten.
This isn't some cult gathering.
But it should be at least a gathering of friends. I'm not going to forget you and let you just go alone.
I'm not asking you to do that. I'm not asking you to forget me. I'm not asking you to do anything wrong. I'm just asking you to sit put and let me do this because it's going to be easier
Yes,
without
abandon
you and without everyone else.
Indeed, abandon you.
It's not abandoning if I'm asking you. Seriously.
You can ask someone to abandon yourself.
That's just called leaving. You need time to heal. Just take
So
while you're in
do
Brighton.
you.
I'm fine. I wasn't even in the crash.
What?
I wasn't in the crash.
Where were you? Sorry, I was unconscious. I
No,
missed a
yeah,
lot.
right. You know Lord Talvin? Leader of the Parisian.
Oh, the self-help book author?
Yeah, that one. Turns out he's leader of the Parisian. He can go into the void and out of the void whenever he wants to. He came from Anton over there. He did it, and he sent Anton off to Fort Peter and offered me to go to Alba, and I said no because I wanted to make sure you were all right, and I
Oh, I
would.
thought Anton was just dead. Because
She frowns and goes, popular misconception.
I died 3 times.
He's flying as far as I know. Anton at the moment hurtling through the air on just like a noodle in his seat.
Big Lightgrave's like, why did they not put a steering wheel back? Why?
I'll be glad there's a second set of controls in the passenger.
Yeah. That could have been bad.
An artist like, what is a yoke? What do I do?
2 artists strapped themselves into a death trap.
Start of a joke.
And hurt themselves at the speed of sound. Why?
I just love to hear the history books talk about this. Like, well, the sound barrier was broken by 2 artists.
They were. Oh, they don't seem like they'd be qualified.
2
They weren't. They
artists
died
in a
immediately.
That's like technically the first object that actually broke the speed of sound was a manhole cover. we detonated a nuke underground. It was also the first man-man object to go to space. Take that, Russia. We sent a manhole to space before you sank the spike.
I'm just imagining, like someone just watching, like
History, folks.
History is amazing because there's nothing as comforting as looking back in the past and being like, oh my gosh, they were idiots. And then looking now and being like, oh wait, there's something holding this universe together.
It's been
Because we're all idiots.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah.
We're not
All right,
just
okay.
now.
Back to session. Where were we?
Anton's fine. He's just in Fort Peter.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk more about this later. I imagine you can catch me up more.
That's actually what I was going to ask. The rest of you, he probably needs you more than I do right now. So if Kenrick would be willing to lend you another airship.
Did you just ask for one?
I just really want to get us back to Brian.
Oh, to Brian. Okay. Well, I am going to Morley, so you can't change my mind about that. And don't even think about it.
Yeah, all right. Listen, we'll settle it later. There
Fair
might be other things we need to handle while they're there in Brianton.
Right. What do we have to do in Brianton?
Brigham gave us a call.
What? He
He's
did?
here in Vendicia, yeah.
What's he doing here?
I'm entirely not sure.
Oh, is he just in Brianton?
It sounds like something might be going on.
Oh, well, it'll be good to see him. And it'll be good to have someone to go with us to Morley.
You can stop bringing it up every 2 seconds.
Okay. That's fine. But, I mean, if you think I am stubborn.
I know you're stubborn.
Oh,
Let's not tell him. No, we're gonna tell him.
agree to disagree. Okay, Brianton. We'll discuss later. Brian.
Yeah, just take care of yourself and don't be afraid to sit back if something happens, alright? Those are the conditions if you come.
To not be afraid to sit out.
No, to sit out if I tell you to.
Say that again.
Sit out if I tell you to.
We'll talk later. Brian.
You drive a hard bargain.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a water too.
Dragonok's dead.
On the rocks.
You get a water.
And I'm just waiting out.
Barrett and Sab. Lee's probably gonna wake up before Sab does, because Lee's not as tired as he is. At least emotionally. So he's probably gonna get up and he's gonna check on Sab, make sure he's still tough, fit, and nice. And
My heart good.
and then he's gonna go out and go downstairs to see what's going on.
It's fine.
You mean outside?
Well,
It's a one-level building.
we're in the okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna go just leave the room, see what's going on.
And
Probably about the time they're finishing up their conversation there.
All right. Yeah. You would see them just at the bar there. Nothing quite's going on. I will say though, currently the town of Mercy is in custody of 2 individuals that have been deemed a threat. Duris, which Tulla was dealing with, and Jacob Reed. That was something I kind of forgot to address during the night, but Tulla went ahead and updated them. So that is something just to remind you of.
Heisel, have you called Maxim yet?
he's sending a ship from
Is-
Williamton. The rest of you can take over Fort Peter
No. Wait. Why?
to pick up Anton.
Well, we can all go pick him up together, and then we can go to Morley.
I've got problems to deal with.
Heisel,
Lee, this is not about to be some moralizing talk where you're like, oh, we need to stay together.
no.
It would be
Heisel,
better for all of our souls to do it.
No.
It's not.
No, that's
You're
not
dragging
what.
me down.
Heisel, I'm not saying that. I'm saying talk to us. Tell us what your plan is. Tell us what you're doing. At the very least. If you
Tell
want
me
us,
about
you're
this life.
asking me to trust you. Well, trust me with that information.
Talvin's got Leo's spike. I need to find some way of getting that back, and it's probably going to entail pulling on some pervasion contacts.
All right. And if all that fails,
If all that fails, I'll need another plan.
you'll need backup. Listen, I'll let you do all the work in getting Leo.
All right.
Just let us be there.
Frankly, I don't trust you with the pervasion. Talvin was wrong, asking me to go to Alba and leave all of you. But he was right about one thing. I'm going to be better at this without the rest of you. That ship, that crash, could have killed all of you. And I get that that's Sab's thing. It's not mine. But I'm pretty sure the best thing we can do at this point is to get our respective goals done and get out of Dodge.
What will it do to Sab?
What'll that do, Sab?
He's in a place right now where he's looking for purpose in life. You've helped give him that.
I'm not a babysitter.
You're not a babysitter, but you've given him something to do with his life. Something bigger than himself.
Well, then he can look out for Anton. He's the one who needs it right now.
Anton will take care of himself. Anton.
It's in a film. It's just like can't stay at other because
He'll take care of himself.
Art, the last 3 years of my life is not a charity case. We're not going to stick with it because that'll make Sab feel better, or because it'll make you feel better. So don't use it for that.
What is this to you?
Do what to me?
You want to get Leo back. Why won't you let us help you? Why are you always pushing people like Sab, Anton, and me away?
I'm not pushing people away.
You are.
That's emotionally
Mikhail,
decrepit.
isn't she pushing people away?
Mikhail he's not standing right next to you all, but he is in the room. He's not privy to the conversation, so he just hears that.
Is she pushing people away? Has she tried to tell you not to follow her?
In this instance, it's better to be alone.
There's a difference between telling someone it's fine to tell someone to not follow you, but
That's not your job anymore if you don't remember.
It's not my job, but I still do it.
And you don't need to, and I don't want you to.
I'm going to Morley, whether you like it or not.
Then go on a separate ship.
well, then who's taking care of Anton?
So,
No, that's who's taking care of Anton. Pens to Grizz.
No, don't be able to fly this thing.
I
To be
have,
fair, no one told Anton either. This was gonna go poorly.
I have friends that I will send out to pick up Anton. I've already arranged for them to meet me in Brighton.
Listen, if you want to be helpful, get Anton or need him.
What for?
He's the ticket in the void, remember?
Alright. Well, we're not splitting up. If we're going to get Anton, you're
That's
coming with us.
misguided. It's going to be easier and faster if we do. And right now, Telvin has a spike and he wants the outsiders out of the void and he knows how to do it.
Does he know where to go?
It's the only piece of the puzzle he doesn't have. I don't want to...
If you go alone, all you risk doing is guiding him right to the place you don't want him to find.
Which is why I'm getting the spike back first.
Exactly, and we'll push this off till tomorrow. We're not leaving you.
To prime them around.
Everyone in Heisel's like, let's defer the conversation because you're not answering how I want you to right now.
And Hassel's like, but I'm right!
Heisel's like, let's defer it until I've already acted.
Heisel, listen. At least tell me your plan. Don't tell me you're gonna talk your way out of it, because you never do. Tell me what your plan is specifically, in detail.
Don't even tell Brian for that one.
Primed.
The plan is to get the spike back. Go to Alba. Go to the ritual spike. Use Anton as my way into the void. Say his name and get him out. So there is to it. But to do that, I need Anton.
And we can help.
So, help. Get Anton. Meet me there.
He's just gonna get up and leave and go back to Sab's room to check on Sab. How is Sab?
Yeah. Went to Sab's room. Probably depends how late it is.
It's not 9 o'clock.
Yeah, he's still asleep.
He's gonna nod, and then he's going to go check on Ellison.
Yeah. Ellison is also still sleeping. We check on her, and Mikhail would also lean in as well.
Does she have a fever, or does the wound look infected at all?
Yeah. Make a little. Do you mind helping Mikhail with this?
Yeah.
He has actually a 5 medicine right now. Woo! And he rolled 2 4s.
I rolled nothing.
Okay. She doesn't have a fever. I think she should be good. Good.
What do we do about Heisel?
Brian,
Brighton.
listen, there's someone there that's meeting us. An old friend, an old member of the cult, captain in the Morian Constabulary, Brigham Bell. I think you'll like him. He seems like your type. I
The
think
type?
Tired.
No. No.
it's. I think
It's okay, Brigham's
it sounds
married.
like he has some information about what's going
He's got
on
two
right now.
daughters.
He is one of the most stubborn people I ever know. I should not be doing this thing alone.
Sab and I are gonna go pick up Antoine. But we are going to give you. I'll talk to Kenrick about giving you some way to stay in contact with me. Keep me updated on everything that happens.
Of course.
If you guys need help of any sort, let me know. We will be there immediately. Once we pick Sap up, hopefully he can help us travel more quickly than we could by airship.
It would be good. He's capable of interesting things.
You take care of Heisel. I will take care of Sap.
All right.
He needs it right now too.
Good. All right. The airship will arrive eventually.
Is there an armor or blacksmith or something in the town?
Yeah, it is. It's great, actually.
All right, I'm gonna go and ask him to repair my armor for me.
All right. Ooh. Wow, that's some kind of armor you got there. Very nice. You want it to be better?
Actually, yes.
Crash. You got any money?
I have notes on me. How much would it cost?
How much do you got?
Satan just died entirely too.
Don't worry. I'm not just going to take everything you got. I genuinely want to know how much money you have on.
I have 207 notes on me. I have more in the bank.
Okay, 150 would cover the materials.
All right. Here you go.
Thank you. All right, your armor is repaired. And now has an additional 2 stress points on its track.
Perfect.
2 stress points can make the difference.
Yeah, that's 1 gunshot.
And no, especially for me where I take extra damage once my armor's gone, so that is very helpful.
Oh yeah.
He adds additional plating on your arms and legs. Not your
He
head.
focuses on this point. He references like the part where his
Oh, yeah. That's real important. I got it. Don't worry.
You don't need it.
That's unnecessary. You just need your arms to do stuff. That's the most important part of your body.
Oh, no,
All right.
into the toxic
I will actually say, going outside, let's say this is actually after leaving blacksmith and armorer. You would see Tull and Doc Woodward arguing, and Turris is sitting up against a wall with a blindfold on his head.
Lee's going to approach and try to find out what they're arguing about.
Okay, as you're going there, you'd hear Tulla just say, "He's killed people of your own town. You can't just let him." But he's killed people of the town that we have standards for. We don't kill people here. That's the point of the town. That's just what we do. There is no death penalty in Mercy.
Lee's going to just walk up to him, pull his gun out right between the eyes, and pull the trigger.
Okay. Roll a fight check.
He's tied up, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're killing Jacob Reed?
No, not Jacob Reed. His
Turris.
Oh, Turris.
Turris. He's just gonna shoot him.
All right. This will yield chaos dice.
How many?
I can't tell you.
Okay. He's gonna do it.
Okay.
Killing me,
Alright.
mercy.
2 points. 2 successes.
1 point of momentum. Stationary target. Shot rings out. And you do hit him directly in the head.
He's gonna holster his weapon. He's gonna go back into the tavern.
As soon as you holster that weapon, you see Doc draw her own weapon.
Well, then I'm not holstering it.
Okay.
Unholster it.
Well, okay. So she was gonna wait until you holstered it. So yeah. I don't know.
As soon as he's going like this,
Move
he's like,
quickly check. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to add my momentum back to this.
Uh-oh.
That is 3 successes.
Holy
Okay.
moly.
All right. So you draw it at the same time.
These
They're
are
not
all
all there.
6s. I thought they were all 6s.
You hear a voice behind you say, "I didn't put any arm on you yet." Grady is also behind you. Doc is just looking at you, just pistol pointed in your general direction. Rule about this town: you can't kill people in the town. The only time we're okay with killing people is if you kill people in the town. In the town. The rest of you would hear a gunshot.
Right. This is the moment. Sab shall wait.
I'm gonna head outside.
Lee is going to
I look out. I
move.
look out the window. Do I see anything?
Yeah, you see a standoff here. You can actually make a quick perception check. Study
Sab.
check.
Okay.
Okay.
Not enough.
You can tell that the entire town has kind of heard this and is all kind of arming themselves right now. But there are the 2 main threats right now are the closest one, which would be Grady and Doc Woodward. But they're not shooting you immediately, even though they do have you technically surrounded.
We're still in town.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to break your own rules, I'd say we all lower our weapons at the same time. He's going to slowly lower the hammer of his
Okay.
weapon. Do they receive?
He killed good people. Well, I guess that was one way to solve the issue. I had to figure out what to do with that other guy. Sab, you saw the whole thing.
So how much do what do I see?
Because you weren't quite watching when the gunshot happened, you hear the gunshot. And upon looking outside, you would see the body, Taurus, shot in the head.
I'm opening the window, and he starts looking like he's gonna climb out. Wait! Stop! Wait! Whoa! Whoa! Can he climb down?
Yeah, it's a one story book.
Cool. Whoa!
It's a one story building. You can't fall. It's literally like just stepping outside
Okay,
the
then he
window.
falls outside.
Auto defense
Wait! He's still wearing everything, but he's obviously just got out of bed. Whoa! Okay, whoa! What? What's happening? What?
They're resolving it. It's all right.
Well, we
Nope,
just
not all right.
executed this person, Mr.
I was gonna talk to him. That was okay.
Does it change anything that he poisoned men, women, and children?
He murdered so many people in Morley. No, that doesn't change anything. He was already evil. All right.
He killed friends of mine.
He
killed Grady's daughter.
I know. I mean, we could kill them afterwards. It's fine. It's fine.
It's done now.
Now, do you have any information on the other person that's currently bound by us? Toll here said that he was a murderer. And here in Mercy, we don't kill people unless they killed someone in our town. I guess.
Who exactly?
Well, if you want him, you'd better keep a very close eye, is all I'll say.
We're taking him.
Who did he murder?
This whole situation and all of that. So.
I got time. Who did he murder?
Oh, okay. So simply, A, he did not murder someone. his mental alter ego
He's lying
murdered
about that.
someone.
He's obviously lying about that.
Heisel, no. You do not get to murder someone by lying. All right? You are not killing this man. This is someone that
I'm not murdering this man. He's the one who murdered someone else.
You could have shot me when I was insane and I was violent.
I
You
did shoot him.
So stop. You could have shot me in the head. Why didn't you? What? You gonna just shoot me now? You have the little thing in your arm. Shoot me now, right? Is that what we're gonna do now? You're gonna play rules differently with me. I do not deserve it. Okay.
Sab, get off your high horse.
You get off your high horse. Cohen. Stop pretending. Just stop it. Just stop all the playing around with the words, all right?
Heisel.
I'm done.
He's gonna like gesture her. Okay, let's talk.
Anyway, he has this weird thing.
Alter ego.
No, let me just put this way. Okay, you know how there's a person, and they're like born and they exist, and then like, okay,
A medical doctor. You know how people are born and they exist?
you know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know when like a person becomes paranoid and weird, like and you add in like a drug or something, and they just go crazy, and there's that side of that.
So he's got drug-induced paranoia?
No, you know how like there's that person doesn't act like they normally do. He's got this. He doesn't. He's two different people. He's Jacob Reed, who's this guy who's trying to protect people and be the law, and that's the Raven of Arganica.
What?
Yeah, and then
Who's the Raven of Arganica?
yeah, and then there's John Reed, who's psycho guy, basically. Not good, but he figured out that they could use electricity. I have I have 8 devices, but electricity that can like separate it and stick with the good one and not the bad. So my point is, you could kill him, but technically he's kind of half innocent. So like we can't kill him because then an innocent person dies.
He killed him.
Listen, slow down. Listen. I'm a psychiatrist. Oh, as well. Well, kind of. Okay. I stay up to date with the Peninsular Medicinal Organization. Wow. Electroshock therapy is not good. It probably resulted in worse things for him. At least that's what I've seen from the studies I've read. I have a lot of spare time.
Very cool.
How many? This is just to assess threat. We don't kill people in our town unless they've killed any of us. How many people has John Reed killed?
Okay, so we have one that we
No
know
idea
of.
of.
Nope. You don't get to talk.
Yeah, I do.
I get to talk.
Hey,
To him right now.
there's free speech here. You can say whatever you want.
You don't get to mutter. You
He's
get to
killed
speak.
one people that we know, or one person that we know of.
One person that we know
An ally of ours.
who was part of a doomsday cult, I think. Like killing doomsday cult.
Okay.
Like a killing cult.
Okay.
So I'm thinking he killed a lot of people there.
All right. Well, I've done my fair share of killing too. Would you say that he explicitly enjoys the murder of innocents? Or does he have his own kind of reasoning for it? Paranoia or any sort of mania?
The bad one, yes.
What's his reasoning? This isn't important.
Oh, meaning I think he just likes killing. But I don't know. There seems to be some sort of superiority thing going on.
All right. Well, I know about the Raven of Argonica. And I know that he's done good things. Miss, are you convinced that this man is purely putting on an act with his whole vigilante justice kind of thing? Or is he trying to...
I think he might have himself fooled, but I think it is an act. Yeah.
What do you think?
Wait, she just said he has himself fooled?
Right?
You tell yourself all sorts of lies to get through the day.
Heisel,
So you're saying that he believes that what he's doing is true. That
I'm
doesn't
saying-
mean he's putting on an act. I say he does believe that he is one person and another. And he wants...
But that doesn't change the fact that he isn't.
let us take him to Bryanton, where we can have more people evaluate him. And
There was a doctor that could help him, who helped him before, if we can find him.
Mm-hmm.
where did he say the doctor was?
Might be Bristol. I could check my notes. I don't know.
This is a long way from here.
We can take him to Bryanton. We have very secure facilities there that will allow us to keep him safe. And then we can send for this doctor.
Again, I mean, I think I can do an investigation right here into this. Possibly might be able to diagnose.
You can
Might be
investigate.
easier not to have Reed around while we're
Of course, we'll leave
on
him
the
in
next leg of the
Bryanton.
journey.
We'll leave him in Bryanton.
Right.
When are we gonna deal with all our problems?
Look,
Right.
look,
Getting Bryanton.
He's out. He's out. He's been out cold for.
He is actually not outside right now.
Yeah.
He's conscious, actually.
I prefer we don't bring him onto Maxim's airship.
Well, we can have.
If
you sent
she's
separately.
equipped to take care of him.
I don't think they are here.
I'm equipped enough.
Look,
Who dealt with worse?
look.
Just keep an eye on him.
Keep an eye on
Close
him.
eye.
We'll have Kenrick come back for him
No.
and take him to. Heisel, no. You are not an enforcer. You are nobody. You are a civilian.
You're an enforcer?
I used to be, and I have connections with Kenrick. He can take care of it.
Alright.
You are looking at
Fair
it.
enough.
Heisel, we need to talk.
Listen, I do have ways of guaranteeing he won't harm anyone ever again. And give him a chance to truly devote himself to justice if that's what he wants.
Well, I'm not your audience to convince. I'd be fine with leaving him here.
We've got folks like him here. People that have done horrible things, but that's kind of the point of this town. Technically, everyone here is an ex-con or wanted. So there is no charter marshal here. So, but we're all trying to do something better with this place, and this might be an opportunity for him to do that. Listen, I can investigate if it sounds like this whole, if John Reed is the true one and Jacob Reed is just an act. I should be able to figure that out. People have a hard time lying to me. I can see through it pretty well. Listen, why don't I just go ahead and conduct this right now? He's awake. By the time your fancy airship gets here, I should have it figured out. Sound good?
Does that sound good to you, Sam?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, for the sake of losing any sort of bias, I'm going to need to conduct this on my own.
Sounds fair.
Sure.
Just like
All
I
right.
deal with this now.
If you need anything else, just let us know.
We appreciate it, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Lily's going to try to talk to Heisel alone.
All right.
After this. Heisel.
I'll just walk away. he's like there, just walks back inside. He's
Walk with
gonna,
me, Barrett.
Barrett's walking with her.
he's gonna
Sav and
himself
I
in his
will
costume.
go to find Anton. Just smile.
Why the change over here?
I'm not done. I want you to take Mikhail with you at the very least. And let him help you as much as possible. And if you need anything, call us. As for the whatever his name is, Reed, or as for that situation, don't you see what it means to Sab? Sab sees himself in this person. And by you saying that he's irredeemable, that he can't be forgiven.
I'm not saying he's irredeemable, I'm saying he's not our problem.
No. That is what you're saying to Sab. You're telling Sab that indirectly, that Sab sees himself as Reed. And if there's no hope for Reed, like you were saying, then there's no hope in Sab's mind for himself. At least give them this chance. Don't fight him on it.
I'm not going to fight him on it.
And it's not
But this is going to become a problem if Sab sees himself and anyone who needs to be taken care of.
Of course. But don't just give this a chance. All right. I don't care about this Reed
I'll
film.
give you that. I'll give it a chance.
Give it a chance. And then
But it won't be our responsibility.
it won't be your responsibility. You're leaving for Morley. You will never have to see or deal with this Raven again.
There you go. It's negotiating.
Happy?
Up here. Thanks, Lee.
You're welcome.
Talvin said he wanted the same thing I did. The Outsiders of the Void. But I thought it was a much more direct way of doing it. That's the pressure we're under right now.
Find out what you can. I'm in contact with my friends in Bryanton. We are trying to gather what we can to fight the pervasion. Find what information you can with this. And when we see each other again, help us destroy them. We kill
It's
Talbot.
not our fight.
It's not your fight, but it's mine now. I'm a Pandician, not a Gristolian anymore. This is my home. And these people think they're better than us. They want to control people. Pandacia is a chance, a place for people like me to start a life over. And it's a new home for us.
Just make sure there's life to get back to once all the campaigning is over. Got
And I'm
it.
not asking you to fight with me. Just give us the information we need.
That wasn't a response to what I asked you.
I don't know if there's much life left for me to get to. But I can build one for Sab. And I can build one for you. And
I've
for
got my own
Anton.
life. Don't worry about that. But if you can build one for Sap, you can build one for you. You gotta see the hypocrisy there.
I'll do what I can.
Figure something out. You're smart. You can do it.
In the meantime, I need to go and clean up, make sure that I'm not in any more trouble for what I just did back there. I don't regret it.
You did what you had to do. I'll see you when the
Also-
ship gets.
I don't know how the void marker things work. Well, I assumed he was still a threat once he woke up.
Yeah.
And he could zip around. Do all the things that Anton does.
You've cut out the risk factor.
Yes.
I'll see you when the ship docks, yeah?
Alright.
You had something you wanted to do, real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna go to guard. What's the name?
Greedy.
Greedy. I'm gonna go to Grady and ask to use the forge and all that. He just has his whole.
All right, what do you want it for?
I'm gonna repair these. Spot up my armor. Got something to do with my mask, shirt, and stuff.
Okay, have fun.
Got it.
Don't damage
Yeah.
anything.
Got it.
All right, you actually, because this is a full-on forge, you fix everything. No check required.
All right. Awesome. Dad does the whole fix up of his armor, and as he's doing that, he also sharpens his blades, goes through kind of all this like this upkeep thing.
Okay.
And one thing he does is he takes his mask, and there's like this so it's made of like copper, and then probably some reinforcement. But the thing is, copper, it oxidates. But actually what he does is he removes this like this layer of like, I don't know what it would be, but it's almost like a wax, or like a kind of like a thing that's over it to basically just like keep it from oxidating. And he just removes that, wraps it up in a wet towel, puts that in his bag, and just reassesses himself in the mirror and takes a knife and just cuts his hair a little bit. And,
He looks spiffy now.
looks a little spiffy now.
Had to add a +1 to your spiffy score.
Does he have to use a tinker check to see if he does his hair right?
Yes, you do.
So
You could always just go to the barber.
No.
It's also not she wears many hats.
Nothing good.
The barber, the butcher, the baby maker.
Oh, geez.
What? Is that from the thing?
No.
The baby maker? You just came up with that?
Yeah.
Barber the butcher, the baby maker.
I don't know.
Diverse business.
Is that code for mom?
I think so.
That's not what we call mothers.
Yeah, let's not.
I was just picturing she had like way too
We
many
get in your
kids,
ticker check.
but she's also the town
Barber.
butcher and the town
He's
barber.
got like a 17 and 18, so I know there's no
Yeah.
way that's happening.
My backup character now. At least I don't
Absolutely.
complicate.
No success.
No.
It's an atrocious job. I'm sorry. There's probably a couple of bald spots. You're cutting your hair with a sword.
No, sword. He's using one of his knives.
Oh, okay. You're cutting your hair with a knife.
Knives don't cut hair nearly as well as you wish they would.
Oh dear. All right.
Good.
He looks in the mirror. Sorry, Mom.
Okay.
Also, I've decided that the knife that he gave to
Okay.
Mikhail is the lucky one.
How many knives do you have, man?
His
Crap. Last night, Mikhail probably would have said, I want all of them because you were threatening to say
too bad.
Okay. All right.
I
Never mind.
didn't ask.
All right.
Anyway, so he puts all those away. Yeah, puts on his hat and just like, oh, this actually is pretty good. He tilts it to like the side so it covers like the bad side and
there
like
you go.
makes it look all right. And it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna go outside.
My
And
hair
he-
is just atrocious.
And he takes his little glove things that he has and just kind of takes them off, washes them, and then just kind of puts them away. in his
Yeah.
bag.
Gotcha. All right. So, I think with that is everything you guys want to do here in Mercy until the airship arrives. Is that correct?
Can I? Sad pulls out his big book of things once again,
That will probably wait
and we'll wait.
for that specific. I have plans for that. So.
No.
Anton.
Am I dead?
You hear footsteps on the tile. You feel the sun on your face. Well, sun through a window. You crack open your eyes. You see yourself in a pretty nice building. And you see a man looking down on you. Actually, two men. One of them is pretty finely dressed. Got a cane on his side. Pretty young. Bowler hat. Fine suit. The other is similarly dressed with a fine suit. But he has unforgettable mutton chops.
Is it Maxim Ketterick?
It's Maxim, Ketterick, and Byrne.
You got me with an unforgettable mutton chop. You had me an unforgettable mutton chop.
Frankly, my boy, I'm lost for words.
guess I am too. I
One.
thought I'd.
One, Athnir. 2, Sunline. 3, Arcanica. 4, Brian.
All my problems ended in Brian.
And with that, we will end session. I was so happy. I was like, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
What an unforgettable subplot that was.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Oh,
he's like,
just
I took your mark, and he's
Just
like,
facing him
I'm about
down.
to shoot myself in a rocket that this woman designed. She's gonna remark me, bro.
Oh,
I love just the
If she
fact
can.
that he's just like, no, you're not. You don't. It's like the guy like, I am Lord Talvin. I'm immovable. My will is too powerful. Have you read my self-help books? I am the Lord of the Void.
Okay.
Anton's like, but I'm really stubborn.
I actually.
He is. I'm going to almost die out of spite.
There's one actually quick thing that I will do, technically before you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the Daredevil, actually.
I knew she'd be watching.
There are no
How could she
consequences
not?
in this universe.
No, but I was doing the thing. The thing I told her not to let me die doing because she told me to do it.
So, you see the Daredevil just sitting on a chunk of void right above you. I knew it could be done. Oh, that was amazing, Anton. Great job.
It came in handy. Am I dead?
No, you're not. You have a lot to do. A lot more than me to do. And you see something poke through her chest. As you see the edge of a void right spike. And that is where we will end session for this week.
You
It's begun.
soggy bad man.
You call me a soggy bad man?
Not you.
All right.
I know.
Okay, we will. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. See you all next
The
week.
Daredevil